Webheads, are you ready for books getting ready to come out on June 2nd? Well, pay attention and take some notes because there's quite a few of them. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions of what comic books to buy. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about my top 10 most anticipated comic books getting ready to be released on June 2nd, 2021. Man, guys, I can't believe that the year is like half over already. It's insane how fast time flies by, especially when reading comics, right? Anyway, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any notifications. And we're so close to getting to 10K that I can smell it now. So if you want to enter my Road to 10K X-Men giveaway, just go ahead and give this video a like. Like I said, subscribe, hit the bell, and don't forget to comment. That's what's going to really, truly get you entered. All right, so no more talk. Let's get started with this list. There's a lot of books to talk about, and we're going to kick it off with the hot seat this week. And this one goes to the Suicide Squad. This is issue 4. Now, this one's been crossing heavily with Teen Titans Academy. They've been trying to get a speedster here, and we get the whole revelation with what's his name, like Red X or whatever his name is, right? We don't even know what's going on with that character. How long are they going to drag out who this character actually is? We've been waiting since Future State to find out who he is, and I'm just like, I'm getting tired of the wait. Like, I want to know. I don't need it to get dragged out between two titles for months and months and months, right? Based off of this description, why this is also lower on my list this week, because it gives away what they were trying to do when it comes to acquiring a speedster, right? So I'm just like, man, so where's the story going to go from here when it comes to the Suicide Squad, right? I want a little bit more in depth from that title. So this book is 32 pages and it's $5, right? All right, next, we're going to move on to event time, all right? So we have an event getting ready to come out, and a lot of you guys know it already, and that is the gala, the X-Men gala, the events that you've been waiting for all this time, right? Did you guys get your invitation? Are you going to the gala, or are you just going to skip out on it? Are you going to not take Emma Frost's invitation to go to this extended dinner party? So the first book that's getting ready to come out for this is Hellions. This is issue 12. We have X-Force issue 20, and then the next book we have is the main book that kicks it all off, which is Marauders issue 21. So, I don't know, you guys might want to get this particular book for the cover itself because Emma looks great on this one. It's the Hellfire Gala tie-in. This one is the more expensive one out of the other three. It's 44 pages, and this one is $5. So, I don't know, we'll see. All right, and then the next book we're going to talk about, and I think I'm going to add this going forward, and this is the book that's on the rise that I think personally has been good, and I think it's been going up, and this one is Green Lantern. This is issue 3. Now, issue 1 was like, oh my God, what are we doing with this assassination thing of a Guardian? But issue 2 was much better because we get the ramifications of that assassination of the Guardian, right? And we get this female Guardian that is like the person that was trying to set things up for the Green Lanterns to fail. So we wind up seeing our Green Lanterns. They go to different sectors. Sectors have been taken away from them. And as soon as they go away from Oa, what happens? The power battery blows up. Now, this has been done before, but we'll see how things change in this series. But the huge thing in this is that we wind up getting to see, which looks like Simon Baz has been killed, right? And we get that new Green Lantern from Far Sector. I don't even know what her name is because I never read any of her titles. Come across Teen Lantern and a dead Simon Baz at the end of the issue. So I don't know, man. It piqued my interest. This book is on the rise for me. We'll see what happens with it. 40 pages. This one's $5. All right, so now we officially kick off number 10, and number 10 goes to Heroes Reborn. This is issue 5. Heroes Reborn has definitely exceeded my expectations. I've enjoyed it a lot. However, when it came to issue 3, which was the issue that just most recently came out, when it comes to the Blur character, I wasn't really into that all that much, and it didn't have to do so much with the main story. We only got a few pages of the main story with Blade and a Captain America and whatnot. And what I'm reading Heroes Reborn for is that main story. I don't care about Blur if he's not going to be in the main series. Maybe he will, I don't know, but I want him in that main book if they're going to really introduce him. Otherwise, don't put him in there, man. I want to know how our heroes are going to stop Hyperion in this different Earth. So we'll see what happens with that. 36 pages, $5. All right, next, moving on to number 9. We have Firepower. This is issue 12. This is the end of a story arc. Robert Kirkman is celebrating his milestone issue of 12, which is odd, I guess, these days when it comes to a comic book. But this one is going to be 30 pages. It's $5. There's a ton of variants out there for this one. There's a Rob Liefeld variant. There's like a Todd McFarlane variant when it comes to this one, so it's insane. But I guess there's going to be this all-out brawl between the characters and the two sides, and we'll see how it ends up. I think the family dynamic is what really makes this book with Owen Johnson in his family. Also, he has this past relationship with this girl from his previous life in these mountains when he was training the long lost art of firepower, and when he found out that she was alive. So that was a huge revelation at the end of that book. So how does that affect the character going forward? I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's been a great book. Who knows? This one could get a show one day, just like Invincible does. So we'll see what happens with it. All right, next, moving on to number 8. And Spider-Man's been decent lately, and I've been enjoying it from the annual to issue 66, and now we're on 67. This is it. This is the Chameleon Conspiracy Part 1. This one's 28 pages, $4. It's going to be coming out weekly now. And are you guys on board? This is what you would consider the Spider-Man event of the summer, okay? So in the last issue, in issue 66, we wind up seeing Kindred winds up getting released from his prison. Norman's trying to free his son, Harry, right? And at the end of the issue, you wind up seeing Kindred, like, throw his dad around and whatnot. And we notice that Carly Cooper is missing, Betty Brant is pregnant, and all these weird things are going on that we haven't seen, right? And I feel like finally there's been story progression when it comes to Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man, because he closed out the whole Life Tablet Boomerang story that's been going on for 60-something issues. Kindred's free. And my theory is Kindred actually Harry now? Because I'm not sure, but like I said, at the end of that issue, Norman got beat up, and you wind up seeing Harley in prison, and there was Osborn in prison, but based off of the artwork, I couldn't tell if it was Norman or was it Harry. And my theory was, if for whatever reason, if it was Harry, then who's Kindred? Because Kindred's supposed to be Harry, and is Kindred posing as the Chameleon, or is the Chameleon, Kindred, whatever, and he made a deal with Mephisto or somebody else to get those powers? I don't know. It could be completely off. That could have been Norman that got thrown in the jail cell at the end. It was just hard to tell because the artwork didn't really give a good distinction between the two. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. I think it's getting back on track now. Legacy numbering 868. All right, next, another Spider character coming in at number 7, and it's funny how it fits. It's Black Cat issue 7. This story done by Jed McKay has been absolutely phenomenal. Felicia now is immortal. She basically can't die based off of what happened with the Black Fox. He wanted to become immortal. Black Cat was with him, and basically Manhattan now has been offered to this creature or whatever that's tied into Odessa Drake. Okay, and now Black Cat's trying to solve this problem of getting Manhattan back before it gets taken by this demon. And Black Cat doesn't want to be immoral, but she's got to figure out what to do. Now, what's going to happen is this eventually is going to go tying into the Infinite Destiny storyline that's going to be taking place. And I think this is a great series, great artwork, interesting story, adds layers to the character. I definitely recommend this book. 32 pages, $4. And speaking of Infinite Destinies, coming in at number 6, this is Infinite Destinies issue 1, the Iron Man annual. So if you want to follow Infinite Destinies, it's going to take place through multiple annuals, okay? And this is a story that has to do with the Infinity Gems, stones, whatever you want to call them. So it's another one of those types of stories. This is part 1 of 8. Nick Fury is going to be in this story. We haven't seen him in a long time. Remember, he was a watcher on the moon for a long time. Now I guess he's back to normal. So we're going to see how this whole thing unfolds. And if you're looking to follow it, the story will continue in Captain America Annual issue 1, 36 pages, $5. All right, next, moving on to number 5, and I loved this book when it came out because it brings you back to the childhood. Who doesn't like dinosaurs and who doesn't like freaking robots, right? So this goes to Tankers. This is issue 2. It was awesome. It was a bunch of guys that went back in time to stop the oil crisis from happening. Like there can't be a shortage in oil. So their big idea was, let's go back in time. Let's stop the asteroid from, making the dinosaurs extinct, so the dinosaurs will live longer, so we'll have more oil. And so they send these people back in these mechs and stuff like that, and it's just like they go to battle with these dinosaurs, they tear them up, the asteroid does hit Earth, they wind up going back to their machine, and they go back to what you think is this time period, but things are all messed up. And that's where it last left off. It was so much fun. I loved seeing it. I love seeing these guys in mechs destroying these dinosaurs. And now it looks like there's dinosaurs on modern day Earth, and maybe they've evolved. Like, who knows, man? I can't wait for the second issue of this. Again, 40 pages, $6. Check this book out if you can get it. It's a lot of fun. All right. Coming in at number 4, we have Batman. This is issue 109. The Cowardly Lot, part 4, Ghostmaker, chapter 3. Ghostmaker story was a joke last time. Like, who cares about Ghostmaker at this point, especially after that last story? If you really don't want people to care about Ghostmaker, keep writing stories like that, and you're going to hate the character, and no one is going to want to see him again. But when it came to Batman 108 and we got introduced to Miracle Molly, her story was really in depth. I loved the character there, and I think giving her all that depth is going to make her stay around. It's going to give her legs. It's going to give those people who invested all those, covers of Miracle Molly and the main book as well, maybe give it some value. The story has been nothing short of been phenomenal. Obviously, it ties into Magistrate stuff, and seeing things unfold when it comes to Peacekeeper 1 and all that other stuff, I think was really good. 40 pages, $5. Get rid of Ghostmaker. All right. Coming in now at number 3. This one goes to War of the Bounty Hunters. This is issue 1. This is it, guys. This is the first full issue of this. We've been getting Prelude issues. We had Prelude War of the Bounty Hunters, and that was phenomenal. Getting to see Boba Fett try to do some battle in the ring against other people to try to earn credits to fix Han Solo's carbonite because it turned into goo. And when he comes back, the carbonite is stolen. And he's like, oh shit, this is going to take longer than expected. So good. Awesome book. Can't wait to see what issue 1 has to offer here in this adventure that takes place throughout all the Star Wars books. Are you guys ready for this Star Wars event? Let me know in the comments below. 36 pages, $5. All right, so we're continuing now with number 2, and this one goes to Nocturna. issue 4. I have this bad habit of saying Nocturna, especially since there was a most recent issue of Nocturna in Suicide Squad. But this is Noctera issue 4, and this is titled Full Throttle Dark Part 4. So the introduction of Val is an absolutely phenomenal character, and her journey from her being blind to being able to see, now to dealing with the shade and this PM event and all this other stuff, has been a great story so far from Scott Snyder. I definitely recommend this book. And at the end of the last issue, we wind up getting to see her brother actually transform into one of these creatures. And at the beginning of that last issue, it was a foreshadowing of him, yes, going to become one of those creatures. How does Val deal with that situation? We're going to have to see. She's going to have to make the tough choice. Does she keep her brother and have hopes for a cure that's possibly to come? So I don't know, but with Tony S. Daniels' artwork, the beautiful cover art in this is a must read. You must collect this book. I definitely recommend it. I would love to see this as a show on Netflix or on Amazon or something like this. This could be awesome. All right. And my number 1 most anticipated book of the week. This one goes to The Nice House on the Lake, issue 1. This is written by James Tynion. This is from DC's Black Label. This one seems like an interesting horror book, and if you're a horror fan, you're going to like this. And based off of the success of Something is Killing the Children, you're going to want to pick this one up, because obviously Tynion is super hot right now, and this book seems interesting. It's just like this guy who has this house on a Sylvan Lake, which I thought was hysterical, because I teach tennis at a park named Sylvan Lake Park, and I thought that was like kind of creepy, right? Anyway, so there's this guy that invites people that he hasn't seen in years and years to this house on the lake. And there's just some weird things that happen in this book. That's kind of the description that it gives. I am so looking forward to this. I think there's going to be a lot of people buying this, a lot of people reading this, and a lot of people specking on this book. So this is definitely a book to check out. 32 pages, $4. Don't miss this one. Make sure you're putting it on your pull list for next week. And there you guys have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comic books for next week. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the list. Let me know in the comments below what you're looking forward to picking up. And until next time, I'll leave you more content right here to click on. And I'll see you guys real soon, and enjoy those comics.